As we move along the journey of life, we are sometimes invited to make a decision, as though we reach a certain crossroad where the direction we take will introduce a considerable change in our life, such as having to change your career, or perhaps moving to a different country, or figuring out whether you should spend the rest of your life with a particular person. And so what we tend to do here is we tend to look at every single scenario and imagine every single outcome, and looking at that, it could really overwhelm us and it could confuse us even more, and in turn make us feel even more stuck. And so I'd like to take some time to address this and see what would be the way to move forward. How can we take a look at this, take a step away from this, and see what is perhaps the next move to make. Now, the first step to take is to firstly have some faith. Now, how do we do that? It helps by looking at our past, looking at what it is, what experiences we've had that have taken us to this moment. Now, the second step we've got to take is to take a step back. We sometimes think that in order to continue our progression in life, we've got to keep moving forward. But sometimes it is best to take a step back and take a broader look at the entire situation. Now, what does it mean to take a step back? Now, very often when we find ourselves in frustrating situations, it's very good to perhaps leave everything and take a walk, right? And as we come back, we have sort of reset our perspective and we can take a fresh look at what's happening. This will then allow us to solve the problem. Now, on this particular scale, we may be overwhelmed because of the level of importance of the decision we have to take. And so taking a step back is essentially trying to detach ourselves from that importance. Really and truly, the importance is pretty much in our head. We have attached a tremendous amount of emotion to the outcome of the decisions we may want to take. And so this can really confuse us and entangle us. And so for this reason, taking a step back allows us to reconcile ourselves and see the matter from a higher perspective. And so this leads us to the third step, which is essentially surrendering to whatever outcome there is. The truth is that we don't really have that much power in changing things, right? Some may say that we don't have any power at all, but that's a complete different discussion for another time. And so understanding that, there isn't that much input we can actually have, we should put our faith in what we can do in the moment. And it's a good reminder that perhaps the best thing we can do right now is to just be here now and wait and be patient, right? At the end of the day, when you observe life, it doesn't stop for you. It keeps moving. It keeps progressing on its own. The sun continues to rise, the clouds continue to move, the wind continues to blow, your heart is still beating. And so with this natural progression of life, we've got to have faith in life. And guess what? You are life. And so have faith in yourself. And this will be a particular situation in your life that, and I can promise you this, you will look back at some point and, just look at how it's just another dot that has connected with the previous dot. Now, if I could summarize this video into one line, and this is a cliche, but it's pretty relevant, it would be to trust in yourself.